But when we look at men in those situations, it seems to me like men are not as easily allowed to have certain social boundaries. Like we're expected to just be okay with people doing whatever to us.
With people just touching us out of nowhere. Yep.
And we're supposed to be happy if it's a woman doing it.
Well, this older woman, and this is the primary example of this older woman goes to touch me on the elbow, and I said, please don't touch me. And she immediately said, oh my God, what do you mean? What, do you hate me? And I don't know you. I just don't want anyone to touch. And then somebody else in the cast had to say, he just doesn't like being touched. And then the very next day when I came into rehearsal, she goes, well, what's going on with that? How come you don't like being touched? I mean, it's not like I was touching you inappropriately. I was just touching your elbow. And I said, I don't like being touched. And she goes, well, that's so unusual for a man to not be okay with being touched on his arm.
Yeah.
And she even said, especially by a woman.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm not any kind of man you've ever met before.
I can understand the reasoning for that.
But people had to explain to her that I'm autistic and I don't like being touched. Now, the fact that people had to defend my preference, my boundary, and then on top of that, I have to field questions by a ton of different people.